Hello, everyone. My name is David Arzante. I'm here to post taste to you the deck of. Well, hello, everyone. My name is David Arzante, and I'm here doing another deck profile today. And today I'm going to be showcasing the fact of the Amazonas cards. Since I mean, they brought in the new support, but I just wanted to bring in a case of the Amazonas deck profile just for fun. This one is a fun fusion deck to play, which relies on the new support cards, but honestly, it adds a ton of potential. Today, we have 3 copies of War Chief. Since War Chief can treat itself like a Cyber Dragon, as long as you control no monsters, or if the only monsters are on the field are Amazonas monsters, then you can special summon this card from your hand. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can set one Amazonas spell or trap card or one polymerization directly from the deck. So, but unfortunately, you can only attack with Amazonas monsters for the rest of this turn. So this gives you a lock effect. Next up, I have 3 copies of Spiritualist. Spiritualist is another fusion support card, which allows you, if this card is in your hand, or in my hand, or in the graveyard right here on the right corner, then you can target one Amazonas card you control, return it to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card. And unfortunately, you cannot special summon monsters for the extract for the rest of the turn, except Amazonas monsters. And if this card is special summoned, add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. So you can only use this effect once per turn. This is really good just to set up, like, to bring back cards, but it works really well. It works really well for the pendulum monsters, which I have right here. Pendulum Scale, 3 Pendulum Sword Master, and 3 Amazonas Golden Whip Master. Now these effects, I never tend to use these cards. I only use them for the pendulum effect, not the normal effect, because I never tend to use to. But it does work really well on this card too, because if these two were set in the pendulum scale on the below, and if this card is on my hand, I can return one of those cards back to my hand, then special summon it. Then you can add one polymerization from your deck to your hand. And if once that's done, you can set the pendulum scale again. Next up, I got 3 Amazonas Princess. Amazonas Princess has because this one can treat itself as Amazonas Queen while on the field or in the graveyard, and if this card is normal special summon, then target one Amazonas spell or trap card from your deck to your hand, then use this effect. When this card declares an attack, you can send one other card from your hand to the graveyard to special summon one monster from your deck in defense position, which is kind of cool. To Amazonas Queen, which is, I only tend to use those as a material, but this one has a really good effect. It's a simple effect. Amazonas monsters I control cannot be destroyed by battle, so when this card is summoned, and they cannot be destroyed in battle, which is a good thing. Next up, I got in the 2 Amazonas Baby Tiger, which Baby Tiger can treat itself as Amazonas Tiger while on the field or in my graveyard. And this is just a free summon as long as an Amazonas monster is normal or special summoned to the field while this card is in my hand or graveyard. Then it gains 1,000 attack points for each Amazonas monster in the graveyard. But I technically use it for the extra material. Next up, I have 2 Amazonas Spies. Really great, good card because you can just reveal it. And this one, I have 2 ones that are different. This one has like the speed duel in it. If you turn this around, I'm pretty sure you can see the speed duel, but it's gonna be really slow. But honestly, I don't mind. So summon this card. In fact, when this card is stored by balance into graveyard, during card 1 Amazon's monster in your graveyard, shuffle it to the hand or shuffle it into the deck. Good for returning monsters. And I got one kaiju. I think I should have put more kaijus in here, but I only got one. Maybe next time I'll put 2 more, or maybe just 1 more. Fine. And this is all Earth monsters. That's it for my monsters. Now I have 3 Amazoness Call. Amazoness Call will just allow me to add 1 Amazoness card from my deck. You can either add it to the hand or send it to the graveyard. During the main phase, you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target 1 Amazoness monster you control. This turn, that monster can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. So basically, if this card is in the graveyard, then you banish it, which if you just by placing it, this card from this is the graveyard, by placing it 1 above it, then you target 1 Amazoness monster you control, and it basically will attack all the monsters. I think once each. So, but unfortunately, it only works if you have 1. But if you have multiple, you can only get to choose 1. 3 of the new branded. Oops, sorry about that. Dyslexia moment. I got 3 copies of Amazoness Secret Arts. This is just the new fusion card, which is like polymerization, but way better because you can fusion summon from your hand or your field, but also you could banish this card. Then if you try to activate by using the spell of not like another fusion card, that's why I have 3 polymerizations. Not because for Amazoness Spiritualist effect allowing me to keep adding polymerization, but let me say, for example, if okay, yeah. You can banish this card from your graveyard once. If you fusion summon an Amazoness fusion monster this turn, you can also send 1 Amazoness monster from your extra deck to the graveyard as a material. So basically, you banish it. Then the next time you use polymerization, you can also use a fusion monster from the deck. Oh, sorry about that. These are the new custom-made cards that I just bought for my birthday. And if you want to know what the Amazoness archetyping is, I choose this character because I thought it best fits because the way how the archetype looks, and I just like it. Everyone has their own taste, but that's how I like it. 3 polymerizations, really good because for the case of the Amazoness Spiritualist effect, this was a really good card for the Amazoness Spiritualist because they'll keep adding polymerization. Next up, I have 1 copy of Reinforcement of the Army, which is on the ban list. You can only bring 1 of them, but this will add warrior monster level 4 or lower warrior type monsters from your deck to your hand. And since most of my Amazoness are warrior type monsters, there's no deal with that. 2 copies of Book of Moon just to target a monster, then set it down. But Book of Moon. Pot of Desires for more of a, just in case you need to add more cards, but this is just a risk taker, but I don't mind. Next up, now for trap cards. 2 copies of Amazoness Hall, 2 copies of Amazoness Hot Spring, 1 is Onslaught, and 1 sort of staple, 1 back in the front just to revive a monster, just in case from another material. I could bring back, if I did, I would bring back like Amazoness Queen just so that way it doesn't get destroyed in battle. But it does have its drawbacks. Now let's go with our extra deck monsters. Basically, I don't have a lot of monsters as of right now, so the only thing I have is just 1 pet Liger, 2 copies of Liger King, 1 copy of Empress, and 2 copies of Augusta. Well, that pretty much settles with the deck of the profile. That concludes it. Well, I just want to say thank you for watching. I hope you stay tuned for more deck profiles. And I was wondering if I do like a lot of things, but if you want, I don't know if I want, but I would love to like to post like combo videos, like how this deck functions. But I don't want to play it more in the advanced format because it'll just take too long. But if I play like in the simplest form, then people will just catch on because most of the decks that I built so far are just based on the anime show, on shows on past Yu-Gi-Oh. And I thought, oh, maybe this could be a potential deck, and that could be it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you stay tuned. This is Dave Arzate signing out.